Following my pre-season testing week, it's finally time to open up my 2024 outdoor track and field season. The ultimate goals for the season are to qualify for both the European Championships and the Olympic Games, so I'll have to be on my A game to get there. In this episode, I have my 100 and 200 metre season openers, competing at my county championships, the Continental Tour in Tenerife, and the Loughborough International. With big goals in my sights this year, I'm ready to go after my PBs, so let's get the season underway. So, I've just finished my pre-meet session. It's Thursday evening, Saturday morning we're racing. Here with the boss.
For me, what we're looking to achieve in the season opener, which will be heat and final I suspect, is 2 good clean starts, because in my opinion what happens after 40 metres looks after itself in terms of your race pattern. The issue we've always had since you've been a kid really, Joe, is getting a really good, clean, consistent start.
If I can nail the first 40, it kind of sets up the race.
Yeah. When you get, for want of a better word, a booky start, it means that you're tracking someone else's race pattern.
Yeah.
So you're having to rush to make up the ground that you've lost. Whereas when you get out with people, you can do everything in your own time. It's a lot more relaxed, it's a lot more controlled, and it's a lot more energy, can't even say it, energy efficient. You were looking good tonight, so I'm hoping for summit fast and a new championship record.
For anyone that doesn't know, I'm running the Yorkshire County Championships. We're running the 100 metres because on Wednesday I've got my 200 opener in Tenerife. The county record, or the championship record, is 10.51, which is my record that I set last year. That's my fastest season opener because every year so far I've opened up at the county championships. So I'm hoping to run quicker than 10.51.
Fast, aggressive, but relaxed. And then second half, just pick up, lift.
I think that's the thing, to stay relaxed, stay in control and like command the race, not to react to what's going on around me. So yeah, we'll get down there Saturday morning. The heats are at like 11. To be fair though, I've run a PB at 11 AM before.
Yeah, I'm not worried about you, I'm worried about me.
Oh.
I have to be there at what time?
I'll see you on Saturday morning. Let's get after this championship record. All right, it's race day. Let's go. Magic Mind for the morning. Gets me going for the day. A bit of caffeine. Let's go. Season opener day, my home track in Barnsley. This is normally my season opener pretty much every year. At this same meet last year, I ran 10.51 as my first race of the year, which is my fastest opener. So I'm gonna get warmed up in 5 minutes, and then we'll check in when it's time for the heats. We've got heat and final today. I'll check in a little bit. Let's go.
You can't judge a man's will. You can't measure a man's will. When a man get the will that y'all guys have, the sky's in the power. The only thing can stop us is us. Powered trucks.
All right, so first round done, 10.75. I believe the wind was -1.4. It is a pretty consistent headwind today, which is unfortunate. I think wind converted, it's probably close to my best opener. Hopefully we'll be a bit more fortunate with the wind in the final. Although the time itself is not quick, I was happy with the way I executed the run. So we just need to add a bit more intensity onto it. The final is in an hour and a bit, so I'm gonna chop the warm-up down a little bit. I'll do like a 3/4 warm-up since I'm already a bit, fired up from the heat. I've just had a bit of lunch. Final goes off at 1:30. Go for the gold firstly. If the championship record's in the legs, then it's in the legs. We'll see what happens. And I'll see you back on the start line. Let's go. Finally done. County champion. I ran 10.69 in the final. The wind was -2.0. Pretty hefty headwind. Last year I opened up with 10.51 with plus 1.7, something like that. So wind converted, today's run would be better than last year. I'm going to be flying out to Tenerife on Tuesday, racing a 200 on the World Continental Tour on Wednesday. That's the big one of the week. I think this sets me up, if the conditions are good in Tenerife, which I'm hoping they will be, for a fast 200. As you know, anyone that's watched the videos previously, I've been under a lot of training load. So over the next 4 weeks, we're going to see a lot of big improvements. But yeah, for now, county champion, 10.69, -2. We'll keep it moving. The main event's coming up on Wednesday, so stay tuned. See you in a bit. Alright, so Manchester Airport. So yeah, my race is tomorrow at like 8 PM. I'll check in when I get there, see what the hotel's like, hopefully the food's good, have a quick shakeout and then just relax. We'll get there, get on this plane, see how we go. But yeah, I'm ready. Alright, it is race day. Got my Magic Mind here, as most of you will have seen before. Gonna fuel me for the day. Got some caffeine in there, ashwagandha, vitamins. That's gonna sort me out for the day. Ready for this race. So yeah, 200 meter season opener. There's a lot of fast guys here. Everyone, apart from one guy in the field, has a PB of 20.5 or faster. Let's get some food and I'll check in a few hours when it's time to go to the track. See you in a bit. After grabbing lunch at the hotel and getting some quick physio treatment, it's time to head on the bus and get down to the warm-up track just a couple hours before my event is due to be run. That gives me just under an hour to make sure I'm all prepared, so let's get down to the track and get ready to go. It's about 6 PM, the race is at 8 PM. So I'm gonna have 30 minutes just chilling. I've had my caffeine, had my energy gel, so I am gonna go warm up at about 6:40. Gives me an hour to warm up, 20 minutes in the call room, and then we're ready to go. So yeah, I'm in lane 4, and yeah, we're here. First 200 of the season, first outdoor 200 of the season. Just get out there now, nothing else to say. Let's make it a good one. See you in a bit. So after months of training, lots of ups and downs with injury before and after the indoor season, bouncing back to get a solid block of training in the last 4 weeks, we're finally ready to open up my 200 metre season. I'm going in lane 4, I'm up against a world class field, so I need to make sure I get out and do my best if I want to be competitive in this race. So coming over the line here in 5th place in what was a very competitive race. Fighting it around the bend and a lack of efficiency caused my legs to get quite tired and heavy coming down the home straight, and I crossed the line in 21.11 seconds, which despite being the exact same opener as last season, I left the race feeling somewhat disappointed. Yeah, pretty disappointed with that, as you can probably tell. Just didn't feel good out there. I felt like I didn't get going. The pickup wasn't there. The race just didn't happen. I feel like I didn't get into my stride in the first 60, and then I was just kind of forcing it the whole way down. I didn't even look smooth coming down the home straight, which is quite uncharacteristic for me. I'm going to have to bounce back though, because we've got Loughborough International on Sunday. Got to move on, take it on the chin, keep pushing through, and hopefully the next couple of weeks, like, the times will pick up a lot. So yeah, I'll check in when I get home.
A wind tunnel up here, and we can look quite envious.
So I am in Loughborough. It's about 9:30 in the morning. My first race is at 11 AM. It's a nice day, nice and warm. I'm not sure what the wind conditions are. Not been out on the track yet. So I'm hoping today is going to be a bit better now that I've got the rust off. As you've probably already seen, I wasn't too happy with my 200 on Wednesday, although it's a pretty similar opener to what I normally do. So I'm just going to pin my numbers on, and then we're going to get warmed up, and the 100 will be first. I'll catch you all on the track in about an hour. I'm gonna get warmed up. I'll see you out there. Let's go. So here we are at the last competition of the week. After opening up both my 100 and 200 metres, I'm looking to make a good improvement on the season's best that I set earlier in the week. So crossing the line in first place, and whilst I was happy to get the win, I did feel like I still made a few mistakes in this race. For one, the start wasn't amazing, my projection out of the blocks wasn't ideal, and it did take me a while to get into my running. And although I did pull away from the field in the second half of the race, I feel like my cadence was slightly down and I was slightly collapsing. But nonetheless, I took the win in 10.65 into yet again another headwind. Alright, 10.65, technically a season's best, into a headwind again, showed at minus 0.5. It felt similar to how it felt in the -2 wind, but that's what it showed up as. I'm going to give the 200 a miss today. After doing 4 races this week, my back's feeling pretty tight now, my hamstring tendons getting a little bit sore. Anyone that might already know, I'm entered for a race in Belgium next Saturday, so in 6 days time, and I have to be fresh for that race. That's going to be my last attempt to qualify for the European Champs. I'm going to spend the next week preparing, getting myself nice and fresh after this week's been very busy, as you've seen. My season has been opened now. Tough conditions for a few of them. The 200, pretty similar to what I normally open up at. This is similar to the position that I was in last season, and I came out of it with a British medal. So I'm confident we'll get where we need to be. Just got to make sure this week's really good. So after a busy week of racing, the 2024 season is officially underway. I've dusted off the cobwebs and produced some decent season openers, but there's still work to do. I have one more 200 metre race to prove my form before the European Championship team is selected at the end of May, so I have to prepare well and give it my best shot. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next episode where I'm making one last push to qualify for that European Championship.